So the Indiana Fever are playing the Chicago Sky, but when I'm recording this, it's tomorrow night. I don't know when I'll get this up. It could be tonight, depending on where you are in the world. It could be tomorrow night, depending on where you are in the world. But the key is right here. It's Temi. And before we get on to it, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're only 41 subscribers off 29,000 subscribers. We might have hit it by the time you guys have seen it, but we might not have. But the last time these two teams played, Indiana were very much missing Temi Fagbenle. And in a way, to be fair, I will say they were missing Dammers Dantas. Because we have to talk about how this game went. So, like, the Fever have played the Chicago Sky 3 times this year. So, the first time they played the Sky was when the Sky were the much better team at this stage. Caitlin Clark had 11, 8, and 6. But she just ran the show. She absolutely just ran the show. She got cheap shotted. Surprisingly enough, like, this was a good stat line for Caitlin Clark back then. An all-around good game. Nalissa Smith had 17. Kelsey Mitchell at 18. Aaliyah Boston at this stage was really struggling. Like 4 of 14. She played good defense, but she was really struggling at this stage. Heck, Christy Wallace was a starter. I think Christy Wallace was a starter even the last time they played. Next time they played was about a week later. It was a game where the Fever were very comfortable. It was only an 8-point win, but like the Fever were very comfortable in this game. Caitlin Clark had 23, 9, and 8. It was probably her best game of her career up to this point. And Angel Reese on the other end had 11 and 13. I don't think Angel Reese had 10 points in the first time they played. But like, it was when Angel Reese swatted her in the head. Again, I'll still say that was accidental. Then the last time they played, this was the game that seemed to mean the most because of how the Indiana Fever lost. The Indiana Fever lost the fourth quarter by 9. They were winning by 15 points, and then insert Erica Wheeler. Caitlin Clark gave the ball to Christy Wallace, who had a relatively open layup. She tried to do some crazy up and under thing and nearly threw the ball over the backboard. And then Aaliyah Boston bricked a long 2 off the side of the backboard for game. Caitlin Clark, 17, 13 assists. Barely touched the ball in the fourth quarter. Like, I think she had 6 points in the fourth quarter, but she didn't shoot the ball after, like, I can't remember what minute she didn't shoot the ball, but like, this was back when Lexi Hull was getting 3 minutes and 54 seconds. This was when Dantas was not a member of the team. This is how long ago it was. Celeste Taylor was on the team. It was so long ago that Celeste Taylor was on the team. And immediately after this game, they cut Celeste Taylor and brought in Damaris Dantas. I hate the fact they cut Celeste Taylor. I hate it more now than I hated it at the time. But we know how that game went. This was the Angel Reese takeover. Angel Reese had 25 and 16. She dominated. She dominated in this game, especially down the stretch. Like, they've done a really good job, in fairness. The Fever have done a really good job of keeping Angel Reese off the offensive glass, but Angel Reese is an offensive rebounder. It's a different animal now than she was back then. But they went at Nalissa Smith. Nalissa Smith, 5 fouls. The better defender was Katie Lou. Like, Katie Lou Samuelson was the best defender in that game on Angel Reese, which is wild. But Angel Reese does not score 15 points in a quarter on Temi Fagbenle. She just doesn't. We saw Temi Fagbenle's defense. She was plus 18. She is becoming the statless all-star, the literal statless all-star if you looked at her stats in the last game. But what she offers is the opposite of Nalissa Smith. Nalissa Smith's going to give you offense. She's very rarely going to give you defense. In Nalissa Smith's defense, she's a good defensive rebounder in space, but she is not as good a defensive rebounder. She's only a good rebounder in space, whereas Angel Reese boxes out really well on the offensive end, surprisingly not in the defensive end. But Angel Reese will box out Nalissa Smith and get every time. Temi Fagbenle is going to fight. Temi Fagbenle is a winner. She makes winning plays nonstop. She is a Euro Cup champion this year. She is a winner who is going to play as hard as Angel Reese and is going to make things hard for her. Like, you've got Temi Fagbenle now. And not only that, if Temi gets in foul trouble, you've still got Nalissa Smith, who got the better in the second game, I think, or was the first game? She got the better one in the games of Angel Reese. And in fairness, Nalissa Smith has been getting the better of Angel Reese on the other end. It's just, do not please Nalissa. Do not too small Angel Reese. No matter what happens, you could be up 30. Do not too small Angel Reese. Like it is beneath you. It is beneath you to try taunt this team right now, especially with the way they're playing and the fact that Kennedy Carter might be a damn super spreader. But when it comes to, you're seeing, looking at points, Caitlin Clark's at what? She had 18? She's at 18. Kelsey Mitchell's gotten herself to 18.3 points per game. Aaliyah Boston's close to averaging a double-double. And this Chicago Sky team, since the last time they've played, has also lost Marina Mabry. Yes, Michaela Onyewere's been playing much better, but they've lost Marina Mabry. And they're in a bit of free fall. So I think that Temi Fagbenle will nullify the impact of injuries. I think if Aaliyah Boston can rebound well, Temi Fagbenle is going to have 10 points off outrunning Angel Reese. Because Angel Reese does not run back fast on defense. We've seen Aaliyah Edwards cook Angel Reese. Not the last time they played. In fairness, down the stretch, she was good. But like throughout the season, the first 2 times they played, the kryptonite for Angel Reese is she is horrendous at guarding cutters and guarding rim running bigs. She is bad at it. She's a bad interior defender. She lets people face cut on her. And Temi Fagbenle is somebody who will cut into space and will run the floor. If Temi can remember how to make layups, because she might be, like, since the Olympic break, she might be the worst at making layups, and that includes Angel Reese. If Temi Fagbenle can relearn how to make layups, we are looking at a player who could have a complete dominant performance here. And the best part about it is that, for me personally, I think the way the Fever need to run is they need to... I don't like the Dantas and Boston minutes, but the Dantas Boston minutes are cool in this game because the Sky do not play fast. And Kennedy Carter going 1-on-5, sprinting by herself, is not playing fast. There's a difference between having fast players and playing at fast tempo. Like, Kelsey Mitchell's always been fast. She has ran really fast, but this is the first time she's playing at a fast tempo in her career. But the Sky play at a slow tempo, so you can probably go double big minutes. But what I would do is probably play Aaliyah 32 minutes. I'd play Dantas 8 to 10 minutes a game. 8 to 10 minutes, and I would split Nalissa Smith and Temi. I would play them off each other. Whoever's having the better day. I think their role realistically should be, for the Fever, split 20-20. It should be split 20-20. If it's a Temi game, play Temi 25 and play Nalissa 15. If it's an Nalissa game, play Nalissa 25, play Temi 15. Like, I think they should be almost like even in the pecking order. Obviously starting Nalissa Smith because I think Temi's cooler coming off the bench. But that's really the way it should be done. But the key to this game is going to be Temi Fagbenle. And I think the Fever, even without Temi Fagbenle, win just because of how well they're playing and how well they're clicking. But this is going to be a playoff atmosphere game. Something's going to happen. Someone's going to get a hard hit. And I'm touch wood. It's not Caitlin Clark. Something is going to happen in this game. And what I'm hoping is that the Fever blitz this team early, because this Chicago Sky team have been notoriously bad starters since the Olympic break. I'm hoping the Fever go up 20, and then instead of deciding we're going to control this game, try to go up 40. Because I have a weird feeling the Chicago Sky are going to drag the Fever down to their level, which is going to be an interesting one. I just think the Fever have too much right now for them.